Ah yes, Blackstone Magic and Steel, released 2003, also known as EX Chaser in Japan, is a role-playing dungeon crawler developed by Spec Entertainment, and in America published by Zycat Interactive, THQ in Europe, and Idea Factory in Japan. That's right, the same people that published the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. Don't worry guys, I play them for the story too. But Zycat Interactive being the lesser known publisher of the ones that I just named, they still had a few titles that I remember having good memories with, such as the Gothic series. But I specifically remember seeing Blackstone Magic and Steel on store shelves. The cover was so alluring with the anime style characters, the edgy sounding name, and best of all, it was 4 players. This is when I actually had friends to play video games with. It was a Gauntlet clone, and as a fan of 4-player dungeon crawlers like Gauntlet, I'm always down for something new in that genre. But little did I know, the cool factor of this game ended with the cover art. Alright, so let's begin with the story of this game. You're on a quest to stop Xylon. He's a evil dude who wants to do evil shit or something. There's some attempt at a story here, but it's so minuscule and pointless, I just don't care. Anyway, once you get past the opening cutscene that is extremely generic and not anime, I mean come on, this would have been the perfect excuse to use an anime opening cutscene to get people hyped for your game. I will bet all of the golds on this earth that it was more expensive to animate it in CG rather than to make it just anime. Fuck that, man. It's 2003. CGI graphics are cutting edge now. We're in the future. It's not gonna get any better than this. Right, guys? Right? There are 5 classes that you get to choose to play as. There's a warrior, an archer, a warlock, a pirate, and a thief, all of which have their own stats and character portraits that look like they're ripped straight from a D&D player's manual. Which is totally fine, but even the game's manual is confused at what art direction it wants to take. Look at this! Anime character portraits for the classes. It makes no fucking sense. One of the cool things I do like is that each class has a different character that can be unlocked, but you have to get S rank in specific levels. And it doesn't tell you which levels, so you just gotta get S rank on everything so you don't miss any unlockables. Mind you, it's not that hard to accomplish, but, well, we're gonna get to what I can only describe as controls? Let me give you an example of what I mean. Normally in a good game, when you press the attack button, you either have some sort of combo attack propelling you forward while you hack through enemies, but in Blackstone when you attack, it's one animation and you can't move until that animation finishes, meaning you'll be blindly smashing the attack button and holding the joystick forward, but you won't go anywhere, which makes things super frustrating because every enemy in the game is spawned from some sort of structure that you have to destroy, and the enemies will not stop spawning until you destroy that structure. And they spawn way too fast for how crippling the controls are. To be fair though, not all of the classes are this sluggish. I picked the pirate and, well, it's just a shitty class. Arg. My suggestion is to just keep stocked on magic scrolls that you can find throughout the levels or buy in between levels. Every one of the scrolls is elemental based: fire, lightning, ice, and holy. Yeah, that's right, man. You get to kill monsters with the power of God. Or you could go with your class-specific ranged weapon, but it's really not that useful. It can go through multiple enemies and hit structures that are spawning enemies, but just like your melee attack, you can't move while you're shooting. There's also dinosaurs. Yes, fucking dinosaurs! Oh my god, this sucks. Holy shit, this is terrible. How did they fuck this up? One of the things that pisses me off most about this game is right on the back of the box. It says 26 huge levels to explore. And yeah, there's 26 levels, but in actuality, the levels aren't really that big. It only feels like they take forever because the controls are fucked. And that's the hardest part about reviewing a bad game, describing the controls, because unless you've actually played the game yourself, you really don't know what I mean when I say controls are a certain way. though there are ways to make your character a little bit better as far as base stats are concerned. In certain levels, you have a chance to find a hidden object that will allow you to increase your magic, defense, and strength, but the increase is so minute that I didn't even really notice any improvement. And don't even get me started with the boss battles. The boss battles in this game could have been really cool. I could see the boss battles being a little bit more enjoyable if I was playing with other people because, well, it's set up like an MMO style boss fight where there's different phases, but since I'm playing by myself, it just feels like a chore and I don't want to do it. The best thing to do is just throw yourself at it and die continuously until you've killed it, and that's not fun. And the main reason for this not being fun is because the perspective is so fucky. You're not exactly sure if you're even going to hit the target that you're next to because you can't tell how close you are to it. And bringing this game into full circle, we fall back to the controls yet again. Every boss fight requires you to dodge attacks because there's constantly projectiles being thrown at you, but the dodge button sucks. It's more inconvenient to use the dodge button to dodge projectiles than it is to just step out of the way. It's so bad. Oh yeah, and just as a side note, one of the bosses in this game is a fucking beholder from Dungeons and Dragons. They couldn't even be bothered just to change the name so it wouldn't look like a ripoff. I hate this game. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. This game is so bad. It's so mediocre that it shouldn't even exist, and it was trying to be something that was already awesome like Gauntlet, but it failed on every level. Well, at least I never have to play another Zycat game again. And that's gonna do it for this episode, you guys, and tune in next time when I cover another game that was only on Xbox.